Hi, this is Eric Run with BoardGameGeek. I'm here with Ben Harkins from Floodgate Games looking at 3 Laws of Robotics.
Yes.
Which any science fiction fan would be well familiar with.
Yeah.
You do not have it. We're not killing one another.
No, I don't plan to.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't plan to either.
I don't know what the laws are.
It's only Thursday.
So this is not related to Asimov's laws. It's just a play on that.
Yeah, it's a nice nod, a friendly nod.
Yes. So what are we doing? What are the...
Super.
We are robots, though.
We are, yeah. So
yes.
In 3 Laws of Robotics, we are each members of a robotic faction, and we're each given a card that has a faction, either android, AI, or robot, and a rank, numbers 1 through 4 or 5, depending on player count.
Okay.
Now, when we're each given one of these, we actually know everything there is to know about another player, except ourselves.
Okay.
So we each get this card face down, and everybody simultaneously holds their card up.
All right.
So
good.
About half the cards are dealt out to players, and they hold those up. The other half is kind of a mystery, and that's where the game is we're trying to deduce our own identity. We do this by asking one question to any other player that's playing, and that question would be something like, are you a robot? Or am I a robot? Or am I the highest ranking player that you see? Or you can even kind of bake in some information and say things like, am I an android like you are? But all the while, you don't have to tell the truth.
Right. But of course, everyone else sees what you're asking and how it relates. So are you trying to find people on your team?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
So after we've all gone through and asked one question, in player order again, we choose to give our key to any one player or keep it ourselves. Okay. We would keep it if we think we're the highest ranking member of our faction. If we don't, we give it to the player who we think is the highest ranking member of our faction.
Okay.
We then all reveal, see what happened, and for every faction where the highest ranking member is the only one with keys, those players all are awarded a victory point card.
Okay.
Because they successfully got all of their keys to the highest rank of their faction.
Okay. And you just play a certain number of rounds and that's it?
Yes, but there's a twist.
Okay.
And this is where the laws come in.
All right.
So during all of that deduction, we have an increasing number of laws that are applied to the game. So these laws, in the first round we play without any, just to kind of get people familiar with the flow of the game. In the next round we introduce one law. And these laws say things like, oh, well, you're asking your question? Well, now players can't say numbers. Okay. So try and form your question to learn what number you are without using a number. It gets pretty interesting, and so on from there. We've got other ones like that are a little more behavioral. Players must keep their non-thumb fingers in a pneumatic clamp shape.
Lego hands.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, if any player ever catches someone else violating any of these laws, they say error, calling them out.
Except not pointing.
Yeah. Error. Exactly. When that happens, you would be awarded, the person who called the error would be awarded an error enforcement token. Okay. Players who have these get some more victory points at the end of the round. But that law is updated as soon as someone is caught violating it.
Right.
But now if someone tries to call error on a law that's no longer in play, someone else can call error on them.
Calls them an error.
For trying to enforce
chain
laws
of
that don't exist. Exactly.
Oh, so good.
And remember, all the while, we're trying to deduce our own identity and ask that question to figure out who's on our team.
Okay. But earning points along the way. Do we have an individual winner at the end?
So it's a group, it's a subset of the people happen to be on the same faction and they win or don't together. Okay. And then, of course, because you're given a card at random, you're on a new faction potentially than someone else. So you kind of have these like temporary alliances that you don't necessarily know exist until you ask the right question.
Okay. But at the end of the game, there's only going to be a single winner.
Yes, single winner at the end.
Partner with everyone.
Yep, which is kind of neat that you're like forming alliances and forming trusts and then breaking that later and so on. Yeah. So this one's by Ben Canellos is the designer. He's great at social deduction games and art by Tristan Rosine, so he does a fantastic job. You
have to prove you are the best robot, in a way. Sorta.
Logic puzzle.
That's right. All right. Thank you very much, Ben.
You're welcome. Thank you.
3 Laws of Robotics from Floodgate Games.